Hey YouTube, Paolo Resmini here, and I recently turned 40, and with that I decided to have a nice little midlife crisis, and so I built this thing, which you see behind me. It's a little mini ramp built with friends, and the idea behind it is to, I don't know, get better at something at this age and try not to kill myself. So I've been watching a lot of the guys like Ben Yeager and Prodigal Sons, and then obviously Chad Caruso and the Braille Army with Aaron Cairo, and those guys have just kind of got me all fired up to try and get serious about this. 2 years ago, my son was 9, and we were spending a lot of the time at the skate park because he was getting into it, and I didn't want to just sit on the sidelines, so I started skating too. And when I got to drop in, I could do my kick turns, and once, about 6 months ago, I did a rock to fakie, and then I ate shit and was really scared of the rock to fakie. And in the new year, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna start taking this a little bit more seriously. This is gonna be my exercise. It's gonna be the way that I overcome fear and learn something new and try to stay young. So yeah. And I figure the way to hold myself accountable is to take you guys along on the journey. And hopefully I can stick with it. I'm going to try to upload a video once a week and show you what I've learned and show you what I haven't learned. I can't imagine the progress is going to be that fast, but I will say that in the last 3 weeks having this ramp, I've relearned my rock to fakie. I have a tail stall now. I can sort of comfortably slash the coping on a backside turn. I have an axle in, backside axle in, and kind of this weird rolly style of disaster. But enough talking. This video I'm not actually going to do any skating. I want to show you the build of this ramp, and the reason I do is because it was pretty fun and cool to see my friends all get together and help me build this thing. Some of them are skaters, but a lot of them are not, and it felt good to have a community come support you in some stupid, crazy, silly idea like build a half pipe in your backyard. So anyways, I'm stoked, I'm nervous. Hopefully I'll get more than 5 followers, and come along on this journey, and we'll see where it goes. And of course, I'd love to hear comments from you guys about the ramp, about my skating, and tips and all that as we go along. So with that, check out the build video of my mini ramp. So I decided to make this a voiceover video because it just felt a lot longer when there wasn't somebody talking on this. So let me know what you think. I kind of feel like this is the way that I'm going to do videos, where I'll just record some skating and then voice over my thoughts, because I don't think I can do what a lot of the guys do and talk and skate at the same time. I will come myself. So this is day 1 of the build, but you can see there's already foundation work done. So I did that beforehand over a couple weeks as I was stewing on the project. And the wood was supposed to arrive at 8:30, and here's a time lapse totally sped up because it actually didn't show up until around 10:30 or 11. But it did finally get there, and we moved everything to the back. The four people that were on the project at the beginning were myself, Kelly, Todd, and this guy in orange, who is now the guy in yellow, who's actually my father-in-law, Dan. And this guy is an amazing contractor, and when he starts working on something, it's heads down and he cranks hard. So you'll see he just cuts up these packages of wood so we can build up the ramp, while Kelly and I up in the corner there, we're building out the transitions, getting those ready to go. We were powered by La Croix and Truly's. If you don't know Truly's, it's like the new beer. It's basically like spiked sparkling water, which is nice because it's low calorie and not too much sugar, which is good as I get older, but still has enough alcohol to get a good buzz on. So this day was actually my 40th birthday. It was on a Thursday. And that person you saw was my wife, Jessica, who is amazing to let me do this stupid stuff all the time. This isn't the first time I've done this kind of project. So she set up this whole thing, which is pretty awesome, and got all these people together to celebrate the birthday and give me the best gift of all, which is the gift of time. So I don't know if you saw it, but I mean, it's time stopped, so it goes through really quick. But there was literally 20 people on this ramp at one point helping put down skins, including 7- and 8-year-olds, where we gave them screwdrivers and said go at it. Since it was substrate, I wasn't too worried about it, and it did help things go along. And there was a lot of this going on where we just got like 5 people to step on the plywood to bend it while somebody screwed it down.
Hey Paolo, how's your birthday so far?
Love it. Look at these guys. Look at these old men helping me. Love it. So a night crew came in after work, and it was Simon, Tim, Greg, my neighbor, and then one of my best friends from growing up, Sam, who's definitely not a skater, but is the first guy to show up whenever there's some sort of crazy project to do. And these guys really kept it going when we were running out of steam. I mean, Kelly there, you saw him lying down. We were working on this thing for at least 12 hours at this point. I think it's probably around 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night here, and we ended up just being the weight for the plywood as they screwed everything down. I think we ended up putting over 1,000 screws down for this substrate, this first layer of the first and second layer of the wood. It's actually 3/8 inch plywood. We did 2 layers of it down. We were kind of making final cuts for where the coping will eventually go, and off we went. Oh, there's a nice picture of my father-in-law, my mom, an auntie, and my dad there was in the background. So it's really cool. Everybody was really supporting this thing, and yay, we get to get some skating in. So even though it wasn't ready, we had to do our skating, and no coping, so we were just kind of going back and forth and celebrating the win. And here we go. And then what we did is we covered the ply in Thompson's water seal. Well, it was like an off-brand version of Thompson's water seal. Everything that I've been reading and seeing online is, get this stuff as waterproof as you can, because once you cover it up, that's the end of it. You'll see on day 2 what we put down for the finals, but the undersurface definitely is not waterproof, so we wanted to protect it as much as possible. And there it is. That's day 1, and it's pretty amazing. We had nothing at the beginning of the day, and from, let's say, 10:30 when the wood showed up until I think it's probably 1:30 a.m. here, we cranked and got it done. So, day 2, the coping is in. I'll talk a little bit about that, but of course we have to do our ceremonial drop-in. So this coping, we ended up using J-bolts to screw it in from the backside. If you're interested, I could give more detail on that. And here, we're starting to get that final layer down, and I just wanted to show this video because it's just the epitome of what I'm hoping this ramp is all about, which is just messing around and having fun. So, you know, there was talk about not letting anything but skateboards on there, but in the end I just want everybody to have fun. Oh, this is hilarious. So one of our friends came over, she was dressed up for a party, but of course we had to get a glamour shot of her screwing a screw in. So this stuff is gator skin, and gator skin is a form of like skate light or ramp armor. Gator skin's claim to fame is one, they're a little bit cheaper than skate light and ramp armor, but also they apparently have a little bit better grip than the others, so especially when you collect a lot of dust, which we're right next to a freeway in a major street, so we might, it holds its grip a little bit better, it doesn't get as slippery as skate light. And there's the final crew there that finished up the gator skin. The woman on the right there, Tammy, I gotta give a huge shout out to her. Not only was it the first time I met her, but she thought she was coming to say hi for a couple hours. She's the girlfriend of the guy in the back there, Pierce. And she ended up staying for 10 hours and really helped a ton on getting the gator skin done. So, Tammy, you rock. Thanks a lot. And that guy in the back, Pierce, he was one of the guys on day 2 and kept it going. He's actually a pretty good skater, so there he is cranking some sort of fancy, I don't know, I think that's a feeble stall. And there's Kelly dropping in. Okay, and there it is, end of day 2. Gator skin's down, most of the coping is in, still a lot of finish work to do, painting, cleaning up some of that under trim, and building out the extension. But considering how long this video is already, I'll call it at that. Alright, well, that video ended up being a little bit longer than I thought, but I wanted to give you the full experience of what it took to build the half pipe. If you're wondering why my head is steaming, it's because I just got a good session in trying to work on my rock and roll, which is close, but I'm still terrified of that 180 turn at the top. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to do something for me, hit that subscribe button and get me some encouragement to get my rock and roll. Next video, I'm going to show you what I know right now, and then we'll start working on new moves. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.